postseason one more time at home?
Just another opportunity to play for us. I think we're excited to get back on the court, excited to have more games. Wasn't what we wanted, but I mean, anytime you get into a postseason tournament that you'll accept, it's exciting to play another game.
You were around when this team was in NIT. Is it as intense as the regular Pac-12 season? Is it a little more amped up? Or do you see other teams like, okay, we're here, let's see if we win?
I think as it goes along, you start getting more amped. I mean, the first game is kind of you still kind of have that lag of not making the tournament. And then the more you start winning, the closer you get to going to New York, the competition and the level of play starts getting higher and higher and higher because you actually start getting those competitive juices going back.
What do you remember about Beach a couple of years ago?
Romo asked me that question. I said Mike Caffey. I mean, he was a really good guard for them. They had a lot of good guards playing there. He's not there anymore, but I think last year we played him too, and I mean he was there, and they had another couple of good young guards. I know Nick Foster's there from Maryland, the transfer. So it seems like they still kind of have that same group of guys, long, athletic, kind of similar to us.
And they like to shoot threes. What the challenge they present defensively for you guys?
I think anytime we play a team that's more perimeter oriented, we're pretty good because we white with everything. So threes won't really hurt us as much. It's usually been rebounding and bigs inside. So I think that matchup kind of favors us a little bit because they like to play out on the perimeter, so we're able to contest a lot of shots.
What do you remember, Andrew, about the run that you guys made when you beat Oregon to get to New York?
Man, I remember that game was just incredible. I remember we had split with them during the regular season, so going into that game, there's a lot riding on it, and they played us tough that game at home. But I just remember that was kind of our turning point, that game, for us really wanting to be in the NIT and playing to try and win a championship game.
Do you like have a sense of just the thing is it about this team that allows you guys to get past losses? Just, I mean, is that the youth? Is that I don't know, what is that?
I think it's youth and just the personality of this team. I don't think anybody takes basketball for granted. So even though you're losing, a lot of us are just happy that we're able to play the game that we love and play it at a high level. So I think, and with our losses, once again, it's just everything comes down to the wire, which is encouraging and sometimes can be discouraging at some points. But I think we know how good we can be if we put it all together.
And are you thinking that'll sort of be the same thing this week?
Yeah, I actually do. I think going in after we had our practice yesterday, after watching the selection show and everything, you would think that we would come down like kind of bummed, feeling sorry for ourselves. But we had a really good practice, one of our actually best practices of the year. Coaches weren't on us much, especially for the circumstances that took place. But I mean, it was really good practice. Everyone seemed upbeat and excited to play.
Another game at home. Talk about that.
I mean, it's great. Anytime we get a chance to play in front of our crowd, try and get another win on home court. I mean, it's a little bit of an advantage that we have, and just not having to travel as much. It's a lot of positives for that.
You're gonna try to top that 47.
Man, probably not. That was a pretty good game. I just hope we get a win.
When you talk about having to practice stuff after the selection show, when you saw and especially when you saw the seeding, like you know, there's a 3 seed from the NIT, you kind of see how close everything was. Do you even think or take time to go back and think about that Oregon State game or that Colorado game or some of the kind of the what ifs?
Yeah, always. I mean, you start thinking about those once you're on the bubble. Like, man, if we would have beat them. But even going back to the UCSB game, like you didn't have to start at Oregon State. I mean, we controlled our own destiny for a while, and so we can't point fingers, can't do anything. That's kind of on us. But yeah.
Anything else?